Hi guys, welcome to Times Talk with Lewis and Reiss. I'm Lewis.
And I'm Reiss.
And today we'll be talking about LGBT... Oh, I don't know. Fucking I got confused.
You want me to do it?
You just carry on. What is it?
Today we're going to be talking about... Oh God, okay. And today we're going to be talking about LGBTQIA+.
IA+, what's the other two?
Yeah, it's long. It's
You seem like confused.
No. The plus is more things onto it as well.
Okay, would you?
But obviously, if we added everything else, then we'd be here forever. But the plus basically means like and more.
It's like asexuals and all that. So what? You're gay, aren't you?
What do you mean, aren't I? Yes, I'm gay.
So it goes lesbians, gays.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, LGBT, and then Q is queer, I is intersex, or Q can also be questioning as well, and then A is asexual, and then there's plus, so there's like other things that add on as part of the community.
My next question is, isn't Q queer the same as being gay or something like that?
In a sense, yes, but I think queer is kind of like for people that don't really like labels, I think. Now, I don't know, like I don't know the complete ins and outs, but I can see where you're coming from in terms of like queer, like gay people can call themselves queer because we're all queer people, but I think people who identify as queer don't necessarily label their sexuality.
Okay, I'm with you.
I think. I mean, if anyone is listening to this that can correct me and tell me the exact definition, that'd be great. But that's what I believe Q to be.
See, I'm not too sure because, to be fair, I'm not really that involved with the LGBTQ.
Yeah, I mean, you're not in
Did
terms
I say that
of
right
like...
again?
Yeah, you said that right. LGBTQ. You're not in terms of like... You are involved in the sense that you are an ally of sorts because you're friends with me and like you support like gay rights and stuff, so you are involved in terms of you're an ally, but I understand in terms of like you don't have an active involvement.
Of course, no, I don't. I'm straight. I have gay friends, but that's as far as I go, really.
Yeah, so you are an ally, so that in itself is involvement, but I can see where you're coming from in terms of like you're not necessarily actively involved.
Yeah. It's a strange one for me, really, because me and you, we get like a house on fire, really, don't we? And we are literally the complete opposite of people. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, all through school, you've probably heard it too, all through school, I had people saying to me all the time, how the hell are you and Reiss friends? Like, on paper, we should not even like each other. Like, on paper, we should be completely... We're two different people. We are two completely different people. The things that I enjoy, like TV shows, and the things that I enjoy doing in my life, like my hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't like those things. And it's the same with you and the things that you enjoy doing in your life and the things that you enjoy watching or listening to or whatever. I really don't like. So you are right in terms of we are complete opposites.
It just works, don't it? As friends, it just fucking works.
Yeah, it just has done for a very long time. You know, I think the good thing about us is we kind of understand each other's differences and can kind of just meet in the middle. Yeah,
the middle ground here, of course.
Yeah.
So my question is to you, Lewis, as you are the gay one in this podcast.
In this scenario.
How hard was it to come out to your parents?
Do you know what? I think I kind of, in my head, I hyped it up more than I needed to.
Yeah.
I've heard so many horror stories online of people that have come out to their families and they've been shunned, they've been like pushed away, they've had these really terrible experiences. And I think that's why for so long I was so scared, because I read all these different things about, my family kicked me out when I came out as gay, blah, blah, blah. Now, I know my family are lovely people and they're not like that. They accept everybody, but you just never know, do you? You never know who's going to think what. So for me, I was so scared to tell any of my family, really. Although I shouldn't have been. They all definitely knew. But I think I was scared to tell them because I thought that was going to happen to me. But when I actually came out to them, my parents literally texted me back and they were like, oh, okay. I was like,
do you reckon there's a defining moment where you just finally thought, like, I can embrace my true sexuality?
I I mean, I, as I said on previous like podcasts, like I've always kind of known. I've always
Yeah.
within myself known. Okay, I'm not straight. Like I understand that. But I think for me, the defining moment was leaving school. Genuinely, like I think leaving school, going through everything that I'd gone through at school. I think when
Yeah.
I left school, I felt a lot more confident to be myself because I wasn't having to try and impress anybody. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't thinking, oh, if I act like this, I'm gonna be treated like this. I was able to just be like, okay, I'm in the real world now. I can just be myself, and I can like the things I like, and do the things I want to do, and sleep with the people I want to sleep with. I think after school, I definitely felt more comfortable in myself, and I was able to really understand. Actually, yeah, I'm ready to come out.
What has been the most offensive thing someone said to you in relation to your sexuality?
Um, I'll be honest. Like, I myself have never faced like much homophobia.
Yeah.
I don't think I've faced, to be fair, like half as much as some people I know, but people will make like passing comments and stuff and say things. I think a lot of people just say them because they don't have a knowledge of what can and can't be said. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people might say things in passing that to them seems completely innocent, but for somebody who knows what these words mean and the connotations behind the words or the phrases, it kind of like it it doesn't offend me, but it's kind of like, okay, you can't actually say that.
Yeah, of course. Like, is it more like the terminology some people use, or just how you think like old-fashioned people say, like people's granddads, etc. See it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think the one thing that I hate the most is this narrative of um, if my kid sees a gay couple on TV, it's going to turn them gay, because that is the stupidest thing ever. I mean, I grew up watching the Disney Channel, I grew up watching all those kind of teen shows and stuff, and there was always a straight couple or like a straight boy and a straight girl that like loved each other and were kissing each other and everything. And surprisingly enough, it never turned me straight. So it doesn't work the other way.
In relation to being like straight, you used to be, well, you perceived, well, sorry, not perceived, portrayed yourself as being straight before
Yeah.
with previous girlfriends, etc.
Hmm.
Would you say a girl's ever broken your heart? That may have, not saying it made you turn gay, but so do you reckon that's anything to do with it at all?
I really don't think so. Like I've always, ever since I was a little kid, I've always got on with girls. I've always like one of my first ever best friends in primary school was a girl. Even in nursery,
Player.
like I always got on better with girls. So for me, anytime I was in a relationship with a girl, it was kind of more like she was my friend. And that's kind of how I saw it. Like she was a friend that I could like kiss and like hold hands with. But even nowadays, I kiss a lot of my girlfriends or I hold hands with them or whatever. But I don't know, like I kind of wished at that point that I was straight, because I was very, very in the closet. I was very scared about being gay. And so I kind of wished I was straight. So I kind of
Yeah,
tried to pursue as many girls as possible, like, oh, I need a girlfriend, I need a girlfriend, to
as a
prove to
cover up.
myself. Yeah, as like a cover up to myself and to the rest of the world. Um, I don't think a girl's ever broken my heart, but, I've had girlfriends in the past where it's been a bit of a sour breakup.
I think everyone at school kind of knew you were in the closet, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they did. Like, I think everybody at school, especially like my close friends, like some of my like girlfriends, they were definitely like, "Oh, okay, something's up here. He's not straight." I think that's why a lot of girls rejected me in school, and I used to think like, "Oh my god, I'm not good enough for them." But then it was like, "Hold on, you're gay. You're literally asking
Yeah,
these
like,
girls out as a cover up."
girls just had like intrinsically knew that you weren't 100%.
Yeah, I mean, this is no lie. I think I asked out pretty much every single girl in our year. That is no joke.
Fucking Jesus.
I know. And every single one of
As
them
a,
was like, unfortunately, I think we're better off as friends. And I was always like, oh, I'm devastated. But then it was like, Lewis, hold on a minute. Like, you do not love that girl. You just want a girlfriend to cover up the fact you are gay.
yeah, I think a lot of people did that. But I think people back in secondary school, when you're 7, you're 8, you're 9.
Yeah.
People just kind of got together for popularity, like who's the most
absolutely.
popular.
Like these relationships that were happening in year 7, 8, and 9, I think would literally just happen because it was like, okay, that person's a popular person. I want to be more popular. If I go out with them, then I'll be friends with their friends. Therefore, I'll get more popularity. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that one.
I mean, some of them obviously were, some of them were genuine. And I know some people that maybe started getting together in year 7, maybe got back together in like year 10, 11-ish, and have been together since then. But I think a lot of relationships at that age were just kind of like a popularity contest.
Yeah, I agree. But in relation to you, looking back now, I think as the years went on in school, and obviously you were coming to terms with sexuality and everything.
Yeah.
I do believe that you became more into your actual character of yourself, because looking back and you think about it, you were trying to force in your early years of secondary school.
Yeah.
You did pretend to be someone you weren't.
Absolutely. I will completely sit here and agree with that. Like when I went to primary school, when I went to secondary school, I thought to myself, I have to pretend to act a certain way to fit in, because when I went to secondary school, there was only 5 of us that came from our primary school, and they were all pretty much in the same class or classes. I was the only one that wasn't. So I had to get to know a whole new set of people. These people all already knew each other and had that kind of dynamic. So for me, I had to pretend to be somebody that I wasn't. Definitely towards like year 11, 12 and 13 is where I kind of became myself a bit more.
Yeah. What would you say was leading on from year 11, 12, 13,
yeah,
where you're a mature adult, were you sexually active in the community?
Was I after school or during school?
Either, mate. Fuck yeah, no.
I mean, through school I was a bit, but I wasn't kind of as sexually active. I think once I left school, came out, was able to accept myself, then I was like, I'm gonna go and pursue this, and I became a bit more sexually active.
Okay. Well, next question.
Mm-hmm.
How you broke lockdown for the ride?
For the ride, no.
Have you been tempted?
I've been very tempted. Oh my God. I've been extremely tempted. Like, there have been moments I've just thought, no one will know. But then it was like, no, because it's not worth it. Especially because I think it would be different if it was like a boyfriend. But because these people are literally just, I'm going to meet you once, we're going to have sex, and then I'm never going to see you again. It's kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's just an urge, really, and it's just like having a wank, but it's with someone else.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the thing. Like, instead of me going out and risking things, I have a right hand. Me and my right hand are very good friends. So
hey, what do you call him? Everyone calls their right hand something. What's yours?
No, honestly, okay, you're gonna laugh at this. When I was a kid, God. I didn't have many friends. Right? Shock, I know. So I used to kind of make my hands talk. You know how you can do that kind of mouth movement thing with the hands?
How do you end this thing? I don't want to speak to you. What?
No, listen, hear me out. So,
did you draw eyes on it?
No, I didn't go that far. I didn't go to the full extent. But, I made my hands talk. Obviously, it was just my voice in high-pitched. But it was my hands making the movements.
Yeah, of course.
And I actually used to call my hands Handy and Bandy. So my right hand was called Handy because it was the handy hand, because I write with it and everything. And then my left hand was called Bandy. So in answer to your question, Reiss, my right hand does have a name, and his name is Handy.
Fucking terrible.
I know.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I wonder why I didn't have many friends as a kid.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. All right. So, how many lads have you and Handy and Bandy?
No, Bandy wasn't really involved. It's mainly just been me and Handy, to be honest.
Oh, it's just a one-hand job. He doesn't take the two. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed there, look.
I know. I need to up my game.
But how many lads would you say you slept with?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I mean...
I want a near enough bang on answer. Within 10. Within 10.
Oh, now, everyone on the podcast who's listening, please, no judgment here. We're not a place of judgment, and only God can judge me.
So, you ain't going to heaven.
Oh, I've never been going to heaven. That one-way ticket came in the post a long time ago.
Come
I'm
on.
going to say over 30.
Over 30. More than
Yeah.
40?
Probably.
More than 45?
I'm not answering the rest of this question. Let's just say more than
Less
40.
than 100.
Less than 100, but more than 40.
He's got 60 to play with, lads. Okay. When
And
was the last
that's
time?
how I tell myself that I'm a good person, because it's less than 100 at least.
I think I don't think I can name anyone I know that has more than you. But like a body count.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can name anybody they know that has more of a body count than me. And that's not something to brag about. I'm not sat here bragging about it, because a lot of them I do. I mean, I don't live life in regrets, but if there was one thing that I could have changed, it probably would have been the volume of people that I have seen in my life.
See, but it's one of them. It's a catch-22. It's because you're exploring your sexuality.
Yeah.
And it's just there. It's on a plate, like with grinder and stuff.
That's the thing.
It's just
too
on a
easy.
plate.
It's too easy, and that's how it's been for me. As you say, like, I've been exploring my sexuality for a long time, and I've been like doing different things throughout my life that have explored it further and further. But it's got to a stage where it's like, it is too easy. I could go onto my phone right now, and I could go onto Grindr, and honestly, within maybe 10 minutes, I could speak to or arrange to sleep with a lot of different people, because that's just how easy it can be.
Okay, so leading on from Grindr and how easy it is to like basically shag anyone.
Yeah.
Because I know on Grindr you've told me before, there's married men, people that have kids and everything, and just want to experience being gay.
Yeah, I think to those people, I wouldn't go there with them, because it's like I don't want to be the person. I know I'm not necessarily like a homewrecker, but I don't want to be the reason for that thing going wrong, that marriage, that relationship, whatever. I would much rather not.
Would you say it would be a surprising figure if you obviously shared the information of apparent straight lads that you know or have seen on apps such as Tinder and Grindr, that people would be shocked about how many straight lads actually have gay tendencies?
Probably, yeah, because I'll be honest, like, it's a lot more than people think. Now, I don't know if it's just, again, like me, people exploring their sexualities, and that's fine, you know, that's all good. But what I always say to people is like, it's okay to explore your sexuality, but what I don't like is when someone comes to me and says to me, I'm straight, but I want to try this, because it's like, just take off the first bit, take off the I'm straight part, because if you want to experiment with a man, if you want to try these different things, then clearly you're not 100% straight, and that's okay. Like, it's fine to not be 100% straight. It's fine to, you know, think about different things. And you know what? Someone could try it with a guy one time and think, I don't want to do that again. But if you are actively looking to try different things with men, sorry, but you're not straight. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're either bisexual or I don't know the difference.
Yeah, because you can be bisexual, but you can be bisexual and prefer to have sex with women, but you can still find men attractive and like have sex with them on occasion. I know bisexual people who are bisexual but are more attracted to one or the other.
Yeah, of course. So, as a gay bloke, would you say there's somewhat a concern about, you know, catching such diseases, you know, like hepatitis, HIV? Is that a key issue, or do you reckon it's just not everyone's lackadaisy?
Obviously, it's still a big thing, and it's still a big issue, and you know, these diseases are still very rife. Yeah. But I think there are a lot of people that, now that there are things such as like PrEP and different drugs and things that you can be on to kind of prevent, or maybe not prevent, but at least like slow down the risk of getting infection.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, for me, I've been very lucky. Like, I thankfully have never had an STD, an STI, anything like that. Yes. But I've also done the right things in terms of I've got vaccinations and I've protected myself to a point where it's like I'm still obviously worried about these things, and if I do wrong things, like if I don't use protection or whatever, then there is still that fear of, oh God, anything could happen right now. But for me, I know I shouldn't live like this, but I live in the world of like, until something happens, I'm not really worried.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And as I say, I shouldn't live like that. I should live in terms of like, okay, I'm going to do this to try and make sure that something doesn't happen. But I'm kind of very relaxed and laid back in terms of like, oh, well, at the minute, nothing's happening. But until it does, I'm still just going to be cool.
See, I'd have to agree with you there. Like, when it comes to, say, one night stands and stuff like that, I don't like wearing a John Boy. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I understand the reasons that we have to. Like, for straight people, it's different because obviously there's the risk of pregnancy as well as potentially getting infection. And for gay people, there's a high risk of infection and all that kind of stuff. But I understand it's very important to wear condoms. But sometimes, as you say, I just can't be arsed. Sometimes, like when you're in the moment, the last thing you want to do is be opening up this packet, unrolling it, putting it on, blah, 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 because then I feel like it takes away from the mood. It takes away from the whole, like thing. I don't know.
Fuck yeah, it takes away from the mood. The thing is, like, I have to agree, like...
You know what I'm trying to say there, don't you?
It's in the moment, and, like, you want to make sure, like, you and the partner you're with, it's just intense for them, like, it's just natural. And killing that moment with fucking trying to find the condom, for example, it just ruins it. It's just awful, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think you've probably worded it better than me, but you're right. Like in terms of if you're in there and you just want to get into it and whatever. As I said, the last thing you want to do is opening up that thing and then putting it on, and it's just long.
Well, I have to admit, when you look back on it, when you like completely say right now, you're like, bloody hell, I've been lucky.
Yeah.
And, like, you only look back now, you're like, bloody hell, I've been close a few times because you don't know them.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing with me. I do that. I sit like right now. I'm kind of counting my lucky stars because there have been a lot of guys that I have no idea who you are. I have no idea kind of, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but like, I don't know where you've been. I don't know who you've been with or what kind of stuff you've been doing. So if I'm not taking the precautions in terms of like the right measures, I could get anything.
So this leads to my next question. Are you a top or bottom?
Okay, I'm a top, but I think there are a lot of gay people that don't kind of, I don't know, it's not that they don't enjoy that question, but I don't think it matters up until the point that it needs to matter, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense.
So like if I'm in a club and I'm speaking to a guy and we're just there talking, then it won't matter. It's only until it gets to the part of like, okay, let's go a bit further. Let's make it go to the bedroom. Then it's kind of like, okay, I need to know, are you this or are you that? Because if I come home with someone and they are also the same position as me, well, we're not going to get very far.
Has that ever happened to you?
Thankfully, it hasn't. I have spoken to a few people on Grindr where, you know, they've been in the same position as me, and it's just kind of been like, I've just deaded it off before it even became a thing. I was kind of like, well, it's not going to happen. Like, no offense. I'm not shifting. I'm not gonna change. So sorry.
You shouldn't have to. Really. It's your preference. There should be like a filter for that. Don't you think?
There is, but you need to have like Grindr Extra for that. And who's got the money? Who's got the time?
How much is Grindr Extra?
I don't know. There have been many times where I've wanted to download it, but you know, on iPhone you can get family sharing.
Oh, yeah.
My dad pays for family sharing, so the last thing I want him to see on his email is your subscription for Grindr Extra is now kicked in, blah, 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 because that would be a very interesting conversation to have with him.
Do you think, on hand on heart, your dad has fully accepted it?
I do. I think he's fully accepted it, but I think he's still got questions. Like, I think there are still things that he doesn't really know, and that's okay. I'm happy to answer questions or give him information and stuff, but honestly, hand on my heart, I genuinely think my dad has accepted it, and we always talk about different things all the time, and I'm really lucky that like all of my family have kind of just gone, yeah, okay, whatever, cool. It's never been an awkward situation.
Do you think they may have known? Just were waiting on you to say it?
Or... Oh yeah, a lot of my family knew. Like when I came out to my family, my uncle, I think he texted my dad and was just like, yeah, I've been kind of waiting for this. My auntie, she she told me this funny story once. She was like, well, Lou, I was waiting at the closet door, always checking it. Are you ready to come out yet? No? Okay, I'll leave you in there for a bit longer. You ready yet? No? Okay, just stay in there until you need to. So I think a lot of my family did know. I apparently came out the room with like a feather boa, like, hello, here I am.
So that's quite nice how they already knew they were just waiting on you.
Yeah, I think it was good because no one ever sat me down and said, you need to come out now, we already know, blah, blah, blah. They were kind of just like, okay, we know that this is the situation, but we're going to wait until Lewis is confident enough to tell it. Although, I'll tell you the cutest thing. So my auntie, when I was growing up, used to be like to my nan, oh, I think Lewis might be gay, one day he's probably going to come out and stuff. And my nan was like, no, not my Lou. No. He loves Cheryl Cole on The X Factor. And then my auntie was like, yeah, that kind of says it all. She's like, no, he loves that Cheryl Cole, he does.
She just doesn't realise.
Yeah, my nan didn't realise that I loved Cheryl Cole because I wanted to be Cheryl Cole.
So that, as you just said there, will you ever go into drag?
Probably. I don't like doing things unless it's perfect. Which, you probably disagree with because the songs that I released when I was 11 and 12 say otherwise. However, now I've changed. I don't want to do things unless it's perfect for me. And I've tried in the past to like do drag makeup and stuff like that. I think every gay boy has. But it's never worked out for me. Like there's always been something that's got in my way. There's always been something like either this didn't work or the foundation colour was off or it looked busted, things like that. So I think once I perfect it, once I get it right for what I want, then I will be like, okay, I want to try this.
So why do you want to try it? That's the main question right now.
There's a few things. I enjoy performing. I really like performing and I always have done. It's kind of always been in my nature to perform, but also I watch a lot of drag shows and I follow a lot of drag queens online and stuff, and pretty much every single one of them says that you discover who you are as a person when you get into drag, and like you kind of are able to express yourself more and you can, as I say, discover more about yourself when you're in drag. And so that's what I want to do. I want to be able to go, okay, I know Lewis, but I want to be able to express myself further through this character that I create. And I want to be able to see if it does change me, because drag changes people. Some people get into drag and they become more confident. You might be an introvert in real life, but when you get into drag, you become a complete extrovert. So I kind of want to see what it does to me.
Have you thought about a name or anything like that?
Oh, I have names for days. I've got many names.
Come on, give us top three. And
I'll give you one that made me laugh for 20 minutes when I was at work one time, and that name is Anita Bangard. Now, if you say it fast enough, it sounds like you're saying, I need to bang hard.
Yes.
Bangard.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I
mean, drag names can be real names, they can be funny names. I just wanted to think of some stupid ones that I found funny. I've also got one that's first name Anna, last name Lingus. Anna Lingus. Google it.
Anna Lingus.
Don't not anal, Anna. She's a demure, she's a pretty girl, she's Anna Lingus,
Never heard of my life, my mother. Who's that? Hold on. Jamie, pull it up. Anna Lingus. Is that name? Anna Lingus.
Well, the thing is...
Lingus?
Well, I would spell it differently. With drag names, they don't necessarily have to be spelt... They don't even really have to necessarily be names. It's just kind of your expression.
Lingus.
Anna Lingus.
Anna Lingus. How are you spelling that? Jamie can't find it.
I'm spelling it differently. Okay, hold on. I don't need Jamie. I can just pull this shit up myself. Hold on.
Bloody hell.
Into the Googles on the interwebs.
On the interwebber.
Type into Google. In fact, I'll text you what to type into Google. I don't want any of the innocent people who listen to this podcast to be corrupted by our nastiness.
Nastiness. I'm good, Chief. I'm a good. Oh my God.
Google it.
I'm doing it now.
And go to Wikipedia.
Sexual stimulation. Oh God. Oh,
Which is why I find it quite I think it's a clever play on words.
Which means sexual stimulation of the anus by the tongue or mouth. Who's going to use their teeth on the butthole?
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Can't lie.
That might be someone's fetish. Let's not fetish shame people.
I've licked booty. I've had my booty. You know, I've never had teeth. I've had a toothy blowjob before. That's
Oh Jesus!
terrible.
I mean, but I think who hasn't though? Like,
The thing is, okay, as we can both talk about this, blowjobs. When you get a bad one, how do you get it to stop?
oh Jesus! I don't want to give away my technique. No. How do you get it to stop? I think you kind of you can either just say, listen, this ain't working, soz. But I think if you wanted to take a softer approach, do what I do and pretend like you're about to finish and then don't.
See, with me, I've grin and bared it and tried to force myself to like, come quicker.
Right.
So like, there's been a fair few. I'm just like, the pain is just unreal. Like, it's just like, ow. It's not like, oh, I just can't describe it. It's just, you want to hit them because it hurts so much.
I've never gotten that far. To be fair, for me, it's never been the fact that it hurts, but it's just been the fact that it's like, this is not good. Like, this is not a good blowjob.
What's the worst one you've had?
There was one where... Go on, give me yours first.
All right, so there's this bird. I'm not going to say that name. But she's a student nurse. She lives in Cambridge. She thought
You're literally giving us everything except for her name. Like, you know, she had blonde hair and she had hazel.
Mate, you know, it's always brunette. I'm a brunette kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so she was like, yeah, I'm really good at them. And I was like, you know, doing all the flirty talk, went out on the date, blah, blah, blah. Went back to hers, as she did. And she was like, oh, I'm going to treat you. And I'm like, why?
Oh, Jesus.
So mate, it was proper hot how it all happened. And then, bro, I was grabbing. She thought she was doing a good job because I was in that much pain. I was dragging like the quilt and that up towards me. And she was like, "Yeah, you like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
You're like, this is great.
This is the best I've ever had.
Oh my god.
Oh man, and I've never been more relieved for it to finish.
Jesus.
Thank you.
I mean, there was one for me where I was at mine. It was at my old house, and it was kind of just like, it was too sloppy for one, and
wait, oh mate, I love that. I love when you have to.
No. But when there's too much going on, it's a bit like, okay, this is no longer fun for me. This is just like disgusting now. And I was like, I don't think you're doing it right, because he was then like, oh, you know, you enjoying that, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, not really. Because it's, you know, no, but I was trying to help him. I was trying to just be like, if you do it like this, then it'll be better, blah, 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 you know, for future reference. But yeah, I think it just kind of came off that I was just being a bit of a bitch. I wasn't trying to be. Yeah.
How could you say that?
No, but like, in the moment, I was kind of just, he was like, you enjoying it? I was like,
You should have been like, yeah, it's my turn now, you know.
Do you know what? I think looking back, I probably should have just been like, I know, you have a break, my turn, you know, something like that. Like, oh, don't strain yourself, I'll do it now. Yeah, but I didn't.
What happened after that?
I mean, we proceeded to have sex, and that was fine. I think it was just, he had never done a blow. I don't think he'd done many blowjobs before, but like everything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like blowjobs.
I prefer it to sex, if I'll be honest. Do you want to know my reasoning? The same, if not better feeling.
Right.
No fucking hassle, man. Swallow it. Done. You know what I'm saying?
I hope that's not how you finish sex. Swallow it. Done. Like, I really hope that is not how you finish a sexual experience.
I just walk out the front door, but yeah, done.
Swallow it. Done.
See you drop. Can you imagine that?
Oh Christ.
Man. But you think about it, if you say you cream pie a girl or a boy,
oh, for the love of God,
you have to get
God.
You have to get the tissues out and fucking God knows what else. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what really pisses me off? Right?
What?
When you finish and you know you're standing there waiting to like clean up or whatever. I've had someone once reach for the closest thing to them to wipe them up. Like to wipe themselves up. The closest thing to them was my pants, right? So they've cleaned themselves up with the pants that I then have to put back on my own body. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I was like, you do realise there's a towel like a centimetre away from you? And he was like, oh yeah, sorry, it was the closest thing. No, use your eyes.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Because then it's uncomfortable for me, because then I'm like what do I do? I can't just stand here stark bollock naked. I need to put my clothes on, but I also can't put these pants on because they are now, not able to be worn.
How long ago was this?
About a year and a half ago.
Have you seen him since, or was that it?
No, I have seen him since, but what I did the next time I saw him was I put a towel very clearly in eyesight. Like, he walked in and there was a towel, like, there. So that towel was embedded in his brain, so it was like, okay, now once this is finished, grab that fucking towel, wipe yourself up.
Now, this is the last question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Have you ever had shit on your dick?
Why to end it with the fucking
straight in there?
Jesus.
God.
It's rotted, it's horrible.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Yes, Reiss, you can feel it.
They don't show you that in the pornos.
Exactly.
Man.
The first experience I ever had of it, I didn't realise what had happened until I realised what had happened. I was like, that's not meant to be there, but okay. Thankfully, I was in my own house, but it's bad when you're in someone else's house. It's just the worst thing ever. It's awful.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, on that very nice note, ladies and gentlemen.
We bid you farewell.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Yeah.
You asked that question.
And I am sorry, everyone. I'm sorry for myself.
I echo Reiss's apology.
But, ladies and gentlemen, live, love, laugh, and have a good lockdown.
I think we're approaching the back end. I made that joke way too... Fucking hell. I didn't mean to make that joke. There was no pun intended there.
God, Lewis. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say anymore.
I've never
But that's me. I'm signing off. So, goodbye. God bless everyone.
Thanks all for listening, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye.